So, you're thinking about Germany? Sweet. Most people land in Berlin, snap the gate, chug a beer in Munich, and call it a day. But there's a whole other layer. Tiny towns with walls older than your passport, forests that smell like cherry cake, and castles that actually inspired Disney. Stick with me for the next few minutes, and I'll walk you through the 7 spots that'll make your camera roll and your friends ask, "Wait, that's Germany too?" Let's go. Berlin feels like a city that never stops texting you new stories, a place constantly rewriting its own history. Sure, the Brandenburg Gate is iconic. You have to do the classic tourist selfie, it's practically a rule. But the city's real pulse is just a 10-minute walk away at the East Side Gallery. This isn't some stuffy museum. It's a mile-long chunk of the Berlin Wall itself, transformed into the world's longest open-air art gallery. The murals are raw, political, and vibrant. My favorite piece is still the famous socialist smooch, a potent symbol of a bygone era. For a different perspective, you need a skyline view, and the best one is free. Book a time slot online for the Reichstag's glass dome. It's an architectural marvel of transparency, sitting right on top of the seat of German Parliament. As you spiral up the walkway, you get a 360-degree panorama of the city's past and present. Hungry? On Thursday morning, bypass the generic cafes and hit Markthalle 9 in Kreuzberg. The air is thick with the smell of fresh bread and spices. Grab a sesame pretzel, a brazen, as the locals say, still warm from the oven. One bite into that soft, chewy dough, and the line you waited in makes perfect sense. Beer Baroque and the real-life Disney logo. Munich's Marienplatz is the city's ornate, beating heart. It feels like a giant, life-sized cuckoo clock, especially when the glockenspiel chimes every day at 11 a.m. Carved figures spin, mechanical knights joust, and 500-year-old bells play out stories from Munich's history. It's pure old-world charm. But just 10 minutes away, the city shows its modern, surprising side. In the English Garden, you can watch river surfers in full wetsuits ride a powerful standing wave on the Eisbach River. It's a surreal and captivating sight. If you're here in late September, Oktoberfest is the world-famous party you can't miss. But even in the off-season, you can get the full experience by hoisting a giant liter stein at the legendary Hofbräuhaus, sitting under ceilings painted with 400-year-old flags and soaking in the boisterous atmosphere. Then take a day trip south to Neuschwanstein. Yes, the actual castle that inspired the Disney logo. To beat the crush of tour buses, aim to arrive before noon. The real magic is the hike up to Marienbrücke, the suspension bridge that offers the money shot. The castle's fairy tale turrets in the foreground, with the majestic Alps mirrored in a turquoise lake far below. Pro tip: if you buy your regional train ticket to Füssen before 9 a.m. on a weekday, you'll cut the fare in half. A cathedral that took 632 years to finish. The moment you step out of the train station, Cologne greets you with a view that stops you in your tracks. Twin Gothic spires so impossibly tall you'll crane your neck like a touristy flamingo. The scale of the Cologne Cathedral is hard to comprehend. To truly appreciate it, you have to climb the 533 spiraling stone steps of the South Tower. It's a leg-burning journey, but the reward is a breathtaking panorama where the entire city and the winding Rhine River fan out below you. Back inside at ground level, the air is cool and hushed. Make your way to the Shrine of the Three Kings, a masterpiece of medieval goldsmithing that glitters behind the altar. It supposedly holds the bones of the Magi, shipped home from Milan during the Crusades, a relic that has drawn pilgrims for centuries. Down at the river level, the old town smells like caramelized almonds, especially when the Christmas markets open in late November, even if snow's a no-show. From there, it's a short walk to the Chocolate Museum. Dip a wafer in the 3-story flowing chocolate fountain, and you're basically living out a Willy Wonka fantasy. For the perfect end to your day, wait for sunset. Cross the Hohenzollern rail bridge, Listen to the metallic rattle of thousands of lovelocks and watch the cargo barges slide silently under your feet as the sinking sun turns the cathedral pure gold.
Rothenburg ob der Tauber, a town trapped in a fairy tale.
Rothenburg is the place that makes you swear you've stepped into a Brothers Grimm pop-up book. The 30 Years' War froze it in 1634, so the half-timbered houses lean like they're whispering secrets. Walk the intact city wall at dusk. You'll probably have it to yourself, except for the swallows. For the perfect photo, stand on Plunline Corner at Blue Hour. Yellow lamplight hits peach walls, and it's straight-up storybook. Spend the night so you can join the Night Watchman Tour at 8. The guy's dry humor turns 900 years of history into a stand-up set you'll still quote next Christmas.
Cake, cuckoo clocks, and waterfalls.
Southwest Germany's Schwarzwald is 4,500 square miles of pine-scented hills that literally named the cake. Start at Triberg Falls, Germany's highest cascade. A short loop trail hits 3 platforms where the roar is so good you'll ditch Spotify. Pop into the adjoining clock shop. If you're lucky, you'll catch a master fitting tiny gears by hand with tweezers. Ride the heritage Black Forest Railway between Hausach and Villigen. Slow, twisty Hogwarts vibes minus Dementors. Hungry? Order the original Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte at Café Schaefer in Triberg. The recipe's from 1915, uses local Kirschwasser, and EU law protects the name. One forkful and you'll get why locals say if it doesn't burn your throat with cherry fire, it's just chocolate sponge. 2025 Capital of Culture. Nobody expected. Forget every gray East German city cliché. Chemnitz, once called Saxon Manchester, is Europe's Capital of Culture 2025. Empty factory halls now host techno-raves inside defunct smelting pots. The Museum Gunzenhauser packs 2,700 modernist works. The Otto Dix portraits alone are worth the trip. Walk 5 minutes to Kosberg and boom, Europe's largest intact Art Nouveau neighborhood, all curved facades and wrought iron lace. Climb the 386-foot red tower locals call Die Nussknacker for 360-degree views of a city proving culture can rise faster than smokestacks fell. Visit now before the rest of Europe catches on and hotel prices triple. Castles, Riesling, and a river that inspired poets. The 40-mile stretch between Koblenz and Rudesheim is basically storybook concentrate. Hop a KD riverboat at Bacharach. From the sun deck, you'll spot over 40 castles perched on vineyard ridges. Most photogenic is Berg Eltz, same family for 33 generations. Gold-plated armory, medieval waffle irons in the kitchen. At Deutsches Eck, where the Moselle meets the Rhine, kiss your partner under Kaiser Wilhelm's equestrian statue. Legend says you'll both be back someday. Finish with a Riesling tasting at Weingut Doktor. Lucen in Bernkastel. Slate, apricot, river mist in a glass. Grab a bottle, chill it in the hotel window, and toast sunset while river lights flicker like scattered coins. If any of these just landed on your must-see list, hit like so the algorithm knows to nudge fellow travelers here. Got questions about train passes or castle tickets? Drop them below. I answer every single one within 24 hours. And there you go. 7 slices of Germany that skip the postcard clichés. From Berlin's outdoor Cold War gallery to Chemnitz's factory-turned-club beats, this country rewards curiosity with stories you'll repeat forever. Pick 2 cities for a week or string them into a 2-week rail loop. Either way, you'll come home with photos that make friends ask, "Hold up, that's Germany?" So pack comfy shoes, charge the camera, and go see the side most visitors miss. Subscribe for more travel deep dives, and I'll catch you in the next adventure.